everyone. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Biomimicry Ecotone. My name is Gameli Sibanda, commonly known as Gama. My background is engineering and business, so I'm a certified biomimicry professional. I also have a master's in biomimicry from Arizona State University. I'm going to hand over to you, Go.
I'm also a biomimicry professional. I'm also a business engineering.
We aim to offer biomimicry practitioners a platform to showcase their innovations. Hopefully, you'll be able to find collaborators and also explore crowdfunding from other biomimics. We span across all the different cohorts of biomimicry, those who are certified professionals, specialists, masters, PhD, or other forms of training that you may have had.
Now, we have to welcome Tamsin.
I am Dr. Tamsin Woolley-Barker. I live in San Diego, California. I am an evolutionary biologist. So I studied baboons and evolution of social structure on the biomimicry train. So I'm a biomimic.
And I would like you to tell us a little bit in what is to be a biomimic.
So currently I'm the Dean of Biocultural Leadership in Geoversity. It has a 30-year history of conservation communities. What do we need to do to renew the cultures that take care of the ecologies that we depend on?
What is the way that with this internet membrane, digital membrane, we can actually enhance the collective intelligence?
Well, I mean, I think of the mycelium, of course, of, we all have our own DNA. We're genetically distinct, but we can't help but connect. In the case of the mycelium, they're sharing their cell walls and their nutrients and all the things that they gather, but they do keep their own identity.
The whole COVID part actually made us act as one species.
Yeah. Also, when you look at the mycelium, they don't do it in a global network. They do it in local patches. And it's based on trust and bounded commons. So I think we have a long way to go in designing our internet in a way that's that we know is proven evolutionarily to work. I don't think a global model works. I do a lot of work with companies like Cisco or whatever. And the thing is, they always want to come in with a global generic solution so they can scale up. But they lose that local patches and that resilience and that trust in the process. So I'm trying to help them look at, ant models and slime molds and things like that, and mycelium, and see how to go to this local patch model and how to anchor it to real places.
When we say a superorganism, what do we mean?
Honeybees and these superorganism species. What they are is, even though they're genetically distinct, they share the costs and the rewards, and they also specialize in different things, but together the colony can do things it couldn't do before.
What is the advantage of operating as a superorganism?
There is no leader. I mean, we talk about the queen bee or whatever. She's not a leader. She's a regulator. She's a feedback loop regulator, really. So they have a self-organizing structure where they're all doing what they think is best. That's the way humans do, right, too. We can make these specialized teams to do just about anything.
I think you wrote a whole lot about this stuff.
This book is describing that, humans are, yes, we are apes, but we have this very superorganism social structure. It's very unusual. So if we're going to design in alignment with our nature and the nature of living things, we need to understand that, what kind of animal are we? You can get the book on Amazon. I think it's hard for international people. So you can always look on my website. That would be teaminnovationgroup.com, and it's 2 E's, like teaming. I also have another book coming out aimed at executives, curricula for universities.
What I've been learning from Tamsin is like regeneration happens in patches. So you have somehow to connect locally and then to move in between different networks. Also something around cascading effects.
If 11% of the people in a network change their way of thinking, the whole network will flip. Humans are motivated by purpose and relationships and meaning,
How do you begin to get this paradigm shift?
So a lot of companies, they come to you because they're looking for more agility or more innovation. Because I just say, here's what's left after 3.8 billion years of evolution. How did they do it? They did it with these methods. It's proven. So I don't need to do a proof of concept because we're it. And they like that. They get that right away because it's usually engineers, you know, the mathematical minds. They're like, oh yeah, that's just math. You know, usually I have trouble getting them outside because they're like, well, that's just not efficient. So I showed them how innovation actually works. Well, diversity, autonomy, connection, and adaptation. Species and populations and individuals become more and more unique and specialized, contributing it to a larger system, so that the whole system is richer, right? So you're not competing, you know, you're not competing, you're making more pie.
We're also hitting the part of AI for good. How can we use technology for a better purpose in general?
Anywhere there's a problem, I think, well, what's the potential there? And then you look at who would care. And then you can widen that sphere so that everyone shares that purpose. And then,
So for your upcoming book, is there any help or assistance that you need?
I'm going to need case studies and the ranch. We'll try to make that happen. I could totally use your help with that. And it's going to be residencies. So you could come there and develop your project in community with other like-minded people.
So this show will be running every second Thursday going forward, which means the next one, I think, is the 10th of December, and is going to be early.
So basically, I would talk about my experience as a biomimic, basically talk about my experience with different projects that I'm working on.